Collaborators, today is my first year anniversary of Booktube. This is fantastic, and in order to celebrate, I am going to do some random facts that I'm going to tie into book covers. So, let's see how many facts I can come up with. So here we have Alienated by Marissa Landers. I'm using this to talk a little bit about my channel because Kara has a blog about her time spent hosting Alex the Alien. I have 51 subscribers on my channel, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I have 51 videos, which is crazy intense. I can't believe I've amassed 51 ideas to share with you guys, which just boggles my mind. I'm sure surprised you guys aren't tired of hearing me talk yet. Next we have Black as Night, a fairy tale retold by Regina Doman. My absolute favorite fairy tale would have to be Beauty and the Beast. Not only did I love watching the Disney movie when I was a child, I love that Belle reads books and it's just a really cute love story. I've just always loved Beauty and the Beast. And here we have Lucas by Kevin Brooks. I'm always gonna push this book in my videos because it is my absolute favorite book. It got me into reading The Great and Terrible Beauty, Twilight, everything like that. Also, I wanted to talk about the books of my childhood that helped me actually become a reader, as I have always read books. I read Harry Potter with my family. I read the Warriors series by Erin Hunter with my best friend. And then I also read Goosebump books by R.L. Stine all the freaking time. It was some of my favorite little quick things to read and keep me entertained while I was in elementary. Now to start off some really random facts, we'll go with Pwned by Shannon Crane Camp. This takes place in a high school, so I wanted to share my cheesy, lame mascot, the Beat Digger, with you guys. With Beautiful Miscellaneous by Dominic Smith, I want to talk about the scheme of everything, what I want to do when I grow up. I'm a little ambitious, much more ambitious than Nathan was in this story, because I want to be a surgeon. I am going to take the MCAT in a year and a half and hope I get into my top choice of a school, which is the University of Washington in Seattle. Next we have Dracula by Bram Stoker, because my favorite, absolute favorite holiday is Halloween. Next we have The Plague by Joanne Dame, and for this, I want to talk about a crazy story. I don't usually get sick, at least nothing that's just a cough or a sniffle. But if I get strep throat, I am bedridden, temperature of 104 degrees, shivering, shaking, chills, just the worst. I hate strep throat. And the last time I got it, I had to go to the hospital because I was so dehydrated. Nothing was bringing my temperature down. Next I have The Secret Society by Tom Dobley, because as you can see, she has an ankh tattooed on the back of her neck. And we all know, because of the Booktube-a-thon, I have an ankh tattooed on my back. I also have flowers on my arm, so that is 2 tattoos. However, I will be getting a 3rd tattoo next month. I'm super excited. It's going to be a steam engine train in memorandum of my grandfather. Next we have Ruby Red by Kirsten Gier, signifying superpowers. What superpower would I love to have? And that would be teleportation, because I could go wherever I want just by thinking about it. Here's another story time I have with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. The first time I ever shot a bow and arrow, I was in the 9th grade, and I hit a bullseye right off the bat. Like, I don't even know how I did it. And every single time after that shot, I completely missed the target. Next we have The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is for a little history in my relationship with my husband, Colton. We have been married now for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years at the end of September. And we actually met. It was very much a Barney and Ted type of story from How I Met Your Mother, because I was talking to one of my friends when I was a sophomore in high school about how much I wanted to go to homecoming, but I didn't have a date. And he pulled Colton aside and said, "Have you met Colton?" Seriously, that is exactly what happened. And then a couple days later, Colton ended up asking me to homecoming, and we were pretty much been inseparable ever since. I'm going to use Princess Bride by William Goldman to do another story about how I found my wedding dress. I went to several stores and I couldn't find anything that I liked. So one day I took my older sister and we went looking around. I tried on several dresses and still nothing. My sister grabbed a dress from the rack and she said, "We are not leaving this store until you try this on." Now this is after I told her I hated the dress. I didn't like it on a mannequin, in the magazine, or on the hanger. I completely hated it. Still, she refused and stayed stubborn and said, "We are not leaving until you put it on." Lo and behold, I put it on and I got teary-eyed. It was so beautiful and I definitely loved the dress. I'm going to use Miss Peregrine's Hope for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs to talk a little bit about my family. Now, I get my last name from actually my Scottish background. I'm from the McCoon clan. I'm also very much a Heinz 57 with English and German and Scandinavian background. So that's a lot of where I actually get my roots. I also have 5 siblings, so I'm the middle child of 6. And my mother was in the Air Force, so when I was little, we moved around a lot, and every single one of my siblings was born in a different state / country because my older brother was born in Japan. Another little spooky tidbit from my family, I'm going to use The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman because I have a lot of strong familial ties to the Salem witch trials. One of them in particular are the Putnams. Next, I'm going to use The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis to talk about my favorite animal, which, while I was a kid, my favorite animal was always the wolf, but as I've grown older, I also truly really love snakes. Alright, so I can't resist throwing a Harry Potter reference in there as I talk about my favorite mythical creature, and that is the Phoenix. I loved reading about Fawkes and Harry Potter, and it just really made me love the lore. I feel like last, but certainly not least, I'm using The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard to discuss if I could control any element, what would it be? And I would choose water. I loved watching Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Katara was my hero. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what this next Booktube year holds. And I cannot wait until I can post my Hamilton scene craziness that this video is taking precedence over. Anyway, I will see you next time. Thank you again for watching. Goodbye.